Welcome to L2 Design's Introduction to Adobe Flash CS5. And we're recording. Okay, so welcome to Flash CS5. Sorry, one second. This is the basic general layout if you've never seen it before. You've got your tools to your right, your properties. This is how mine is set up. Yours might be a little bit different. Got these different parts here. If you have any other version of Flash, basically all your tools will be located on the left, and same with most of these. I used to have mine set up differently, but this is the new Flash way. Timeline's down the bottom, but apparently this is the way that animators should animate. We're going to be going through the tools today, and I'll quickly try to browse each of them quickly without dragging on too much time. The first tool is the black arrow. It's the selection tool. What you do is you actually drag boxes over the drawing itself, and you can select the drawing and move it around as much as you like. You can actually select different parts of the drawing if you just want to drag a box over specific areas. Holding shift, you can draw or drag more than one area. If you don't like it, then yeah, you can click that, you can drag it off, or you can just hit delete. Pretty cool stuff. The next tool is the sub-selection tool, which is, I won't go too much into, I don't really like this tool personally. Basically you can go in and you can change the details of this drawing. If just going into details, you can see, oh, good on you. You change the various details of the drawing. You can actually do this with the selection tool as well. If you go and roll over the edges of it, you can click and drag. Holding control, if you're a Windows user, you can make or create vector points for the drawing. And so it looks like he's holding some kind of weird black thing there. And anyway, so that's just some of the features for those first two. The next tool is the transformation tool, which is always a fun one. Just like the selection tool, you just drag a box over it, or press Control A if you want to select all. And you can basically scale the drawing just by grabbing it on the corner. If you want to keep the drawing perfect size in relative to how it was originally meant to be, if you hold Shift, you see how it snaps back into its perfect size, or its perfect scale, I should say. So you can make that bigger or smaller, whichever way you want. Another feature of this tool is the rotation part, which you just grab it up on the top here, or you can actually choose them from down here. Well, you can't grab the rotation, but you do have other parts, which is, select it all. The skew, which is that one there. Basically, this is just self-explanatory. Why isn't that working? Rotate and skew. That makes no sense. Now it's working. Click and drag, you can skew your drawing, you can grab little parts, skew that way. Make it all look all sorts of crazy. Whole different pose. Change that back. And finally, oh no, we've got two more. We've got the distort. Now you can click that feature down there, or you can just hold Control. And basically you can distort the drawing. You can see how it looks like it's just been transformed, like its perspective has just been changed completely. And so you can do that with anything. Holding Shift and Control at the same time, again, it just does, it mirrors what you're actually doing. So it's pretty cool if you're working with flat surfaces or just modifying a small little area for a bit of perspective reason. And finally, the envelope tool, which you actually have to choose that feature there. You can bend, and you can do all sorts of crazy stuff with this one. But be careful, because the more detailed your drawing is, the harder it will be to keep it intact. This is much like the vector tool as well, because basically what you're doing is giving it some basic vector points and modifying it accordingly. See if I And you can make it do all sorts of weird stuff. And he's all swervy now. When I click off this, it's going to look so weird. Yes, very attractive. Anyway, so that's the selection tools taken care of. Let's just reset the guy. Alright, cool. Next up, we've got the drawing tools. What the hell is this one? Convert anchor point. Alright, this one's for the pen tool. Oh god, I have not used this tool once in Flash, ever. But I'll quickly go over it. So again, with the vector tool, I mean, you can go in your points. This is it's mainly used in, I think, Illustrator. It's all about getting perfect lines. Like, you go in and you can change your lines just so it looks exactly how you want it, and you can change it to each single pixel. Or it's no real pixels, but anyway, so that's the pen tool. It's got all these different features. Again, I rarely use it. You can go nuts and practice with it if you want, but it's not necessary, I don't think. Next one is, I don't know if you've ever seen this. This is basically a text tool. You use it to write text. Just click anywhere. My Flash always seems to lag when I'm using it. I don't know why. Just go 20 points. Hello, welcome. Oops. So basically, if you have a keyboard, you can use this tool. It's pretty easy. You've obviously got all your, let's hide that, a crap load of different properties going down here. You can change your size, all this stuff. I mean, I might make a separate lesson just for editing text in this program, because you can do a lot. I mean, look at it all. Even change the color, which is very intense. Again, like, this is just like any other thing. You can skew it and whatnot, like whatever. Next, moving on, is the line tool. Basically, you can change your strokes. See the pencil there? That means the line tool. The gradient or the paint bucket is the gradient or fill tool. Let's have a red line. You can change your thickness. A big fat line. Originally, Flash only took that up to 10, and I think there was like a lot of requests for people that made stick figure animations to make the line tools even bigger, because that was as big as they could go. Now they can go all the way up to 200, which is a little bit over the top, but no one's complained about it yet. You've got little features in here as well, dashed lines, dotted lines, just depending on how thick your line is. I like to sometimes draw with the hairline, which is, I mean, you go in, no matter how far you zoom in, it just stays at a hairline thickness. So that's cool. Again, using the this selection tool, you can curve, and holding control, you can snap. This is great if you ever like making stick figure animations and stuff. I'll just quickly give you an example here. See, actually a good way to point this out. If I roll over that, you can see how there's a little straight line on the end of my arrow. So if I roll in the middle, it's curved, so that means it'll curve. But this one means that I'm grabbing the point of it, so I can click and drag that point to wherever I want. And again, if I'm holding that, press Control, instead of curving it, it automatically snaps to that. So basically what I want to do is go over to the corner, stretch it out a bit, and what I do is hold Control. I'm just going to snap a bunch of different lines, and I'll turn on the magnet, so basically it'll snap to anything I drag it to. Oh, I screwed that up. Again, you have to be pretty careful. Sometimes I like drawing with this, just so I know I'm hitting the point. But basically, you can create a stick figure if I can grab the line properly. Again, this is why I do it like this. You just create a stick figure from one line. Make sure you drag them exactly over the points. I probably don't care about stick figures, but I'm just showing you for argument's sake. You can make any shape you want, and that's all from just drawing one line. To save you, if you don't like redrawing over and over again, You got your stick figure. Anyway, let's put him away. Moving on, next tool is the shape tool. Yay! Okay, if you want to give your stick figure a square head, again you got your strokes up here. Like he's a stick man with a red, black boxed head. But you might not like the square tool. Again, if you want to keep your square a perfect square, then hold shift and look at that magic. Alright, click and hold, you got the oval tool, or O, so R for rectangle, O for oval, it's pretty clever. Holding shift again to do a perfect circle, or you can just draw an actual oval. I'll quickly delete that, give him a head. We might as well make it red while we're at it. Stick figures.